Hello everyone. Today it's a different video for this channel. Typically I've been doing videos like COVID chats, but today me and my friend Udit are gonna take the time and give a tribute to one of the best Indian cricketers ever, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Udit, you wanna introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Udit Mehta. Raghav and I go to the same school together, and I'm also a huge MS Dhoni fan, so wear his jersey for this video.
Yeah, so today he announced his retirement yesterday, and it was a very, very sad day for us. So we just wanted to take the time and share our thoughts about Dhoni, talk about his impact on us and the game of cricket as a whole. So let's start off by asking Udit, what's your take on MS Dhoni?
I think it's quite incredible what he's achieved in his whole life. He started from a small town. He's worked hard to get where he is today, and being the simple, humble man he is, he even retired with a very silent and non-drama type quote. He just silently went off on Independence Day and let the world bear the pain.
Yeah. What you said about him coming from a small town. I mean, the MS Dhoni, the Untold Story movie, is just a perfect tribute for a man who deserves it. He's worked so hard to get where he is, coming from Ranchi, not a big cricket place. Typically, you get the cricketers from Delhi, Mumbai, but he was one of the first, like the defining change in Indian cricket, and just what he's brought to the sport as a whole, not just Indian cricket, is so impactful and so amazing what he's done for this game. And the fact that he's still so humble while he does it, such a simple man, as you said. So like he's a patriot. He goes out and is with the army. He spent some time with the army. He's just a brilliant man and great career from him. And hopefully he can get into coaching or something, but we'll definitely be seeing him in the IPL for at least 1 or 2 years.
It's true. That is.
Let's start by asking, what's your favorite MSD moment?
Oh boy. The 2007 T20 World Cup. There was no pressure on Team India. I mean, they had lost to Bangladesh in the ICC World Cup 50 over ODI format, and they had no expectations for this T20 World Cup. And Dhoni only been in the team for 3 years, was given captaincy of like the B team. And in the finals, or even before the finals, the first time they played Pakistan, Pakistan picked their 3 fast bowlers. MS Dhoni picks their 3 part-time bowlers for the bowl-out in that tied game against Pakistan. And then again in the World T20 final, the last over, everyone's expecting an experienced bowler like Harbhajan Singh or someone, but he gives it to the nobody, Joginder Sharma. And that was probably the biggest moment of his life, because Misbah-ul-Haq was batting brilliantly that time. And Joginder Sharma, not experienced, he could have messed up. He could have bowled wrong length and India would have lost that game. But his brilliance, MS Dhoni's brilliance of giving a part-time bowler that Misbah would not expect, won the game for India.
That is I think that's one of his most defining moments as a captain. I mean, the guts you need to take a decision like that. Not many people have those. My personal opinion, this is straying off topic, but I don't think Virat Kohli can do what Dhoni does in terms of crunch time decisions. Kohli will go with the safe option. Dhoni goes with his gut feeling, and that's what I respect so much about him as a leader. My favorite Dhoni moment is kind of cliche, but it has to be said. The 2011 World Cup final. First, to put himself over the player of the tournament, Yuvraj Singh, one of my favorite players. I was still young, not the biggest cricket fan then, but when I look back at it, I'm like, how could you do this? It's like taking the best player from a tournament and like, no, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna do this. First of all, some people can take it the wrong way. Oh, he's being selfish. But Dhoni knew what is right for the team. I think everyone knows at this point, he didn't do it for himself. He didn't do it for his glory. He did it for Team India to get us that World Cup win after 28 years that we deserve for playing so well in that tournament. And knowing that it's Muralitharan bowling, knowing that he's faced him in the Chennai nets, he can do it. Starts off slow, but then gets going, and then the 6 to seal it. Just goosebumps whenever I watch videos of that, whether it's on TV, on my phone, anytime. That's one of the best moments in Indian history, not even sports history. It's just beautiful what he did.
It was phenomenal because throughout that tournament, he didn't have a single 50. And in the final, he decides to be the captain of the team, to lead the team under pressure and win the game, which is probably, I would agree, one of the best moments of his career.
Yeah, one of the best moments of Indian sports. Just amazing, amazing. So, what's your favorite MS Dhoni quote?
My favorite MS Dhoni quote is, "Take action in silence, the lion never roars." So almost the point that, actually the quote was, "No lion attacks in noise. Take action in silence, no lion attacks in noise." And the reason why I love that quote is because throughout his career, he's never been vocal about what he's going to do. He's just done it. For example, his test retirement, he wasn't vocal about it. We lost the game. He knew it was time for him to focus on two formats of the game, and he gave up that. He gave out test captaincy and his play. He was a very good player. He had two. He had a double century in that series, and he just gave up captaincy, and he's retired from test matches. And again, in 2018 or in January of 2017 or 18, when he gave up captaincy to Virat Kohli, no one would have expected that, especially because he was leading India from the front and doing a really good job. But he decided that he's old and Virat Kohli is the future of Indian cricket, and he wanted to mentor him. And no one, absolutely no one in cricket history would have ever given up captaincy the way MS Dhoni did. He set a standard too high for other cricketers to match.
Yeah, it's just the character of the guy is brilliant. The way he does what's right for everyone. He's never I don't think whenever he's only been selfish when he knows it's needed for him to progress for the team. If he doesn't progress, then India will suffer. Like if he didn't make it to those trials or to those Ranji Trophy matches, it would have like been bad for India because he knew the impact he could have on the game. So yeah, that's a perfect quote to resemble Dhoni. My favorite quote of his is, "It's important to learn and not repeat the same mistakes. What's done is done." I feel Dhoni's always taken losses in stride. Even if India's, I mean, with Dhoni, we've had a lot of success, but we've also had some failures, such as losing the 2015 World Cup that we had a lot of we were going undefeated into that semifinal and we lost. But he took it in stride and continued just developing Indian cricket. And while we haven't won too many trophies in the last few years, the amount of talent that's been generated in Indian cricket is big. For a big part of it is because of Dhoni. And if, like he said, he doesn't want to repeat the same mistakes. He knows that he needs certain players. So what's done is done. We're just gonna move forward and continue succeeding and trying to get better to get to the position where we can win those trophies that are expected of us in every tournament. So he's a very straightforward man, always looking for progress, never focuses on the setbacks. And it's seen in his cricket, the way he finishes games, the way he captained games for India and still captains for Chennai. It's brilliant. So what do you think is the most important contribution Dhoni has made to Indian cricket?
Most important contribution. That would be very hard to think of, but I would say his contribution as a batsman, as a captain, in the sense that a lot of cricketers care about their stats, and I think stats are an important part of the game. You know, you want to be the best player out there. But MS Dhoni, he averages over 50 when he comes to bat in at number 3. But he knew Virat Kohli is the better batsman. He knew that even if he comes in at number 4, his average is really, really high. I think it's just below 50 or right above 50. But he knows that the team needs him more at 5'6" to be a finisher. And you don't get a lot of runs in that position. Most of your runs come in the top order. But his contribution in the back end has solidified for many, many years that number 5 and 6 position. And now Indian team obviously has a hole in the number 4 position. But he made sure that Hardik Pandya, when he came to the team, he prepared him well to be the finisher that he once was. Mm-hmm. His contributions with the youngsters, mentoring them, like Kuldeep and Yuzvendra Chahal, like Rohit Sharma, all these players have grown under MS Dhoni's captaincy, and you can see how successful Indian team has been in the last decade because of MS Dhoni's captaincy and his mentoring abilities.
For sure, I completely agree with you. I was struggling to only say one thing when I was thinking about this video, because I'm like, he's done so much. So two things. One of the things I was going to mention is his contribution to the development of talent in Indian cricket. the development he gave to Indian cricket, like the young talent pool, guys like Kuldeep Yadav, Yuzvendra Chahal have publicly given like credit to their careers to Dhoni because of, he's taught them well. Like, I think honestly, if he had become a spinner, he would have been one of the best in the world because of his knowledge of the game. Knows where to bowl, how to bowl, at what instance in the game. His knowledge of the game is insane. One of the smartest cricketers we've ever seen. But also one of the things he really gave the Indian cricket team is a mindset to be hungry for a win. I feel after Kapil Dev was our captain, after we won that World Cup, we never really had a captain. I mean, Ganguly was there. We've had Dravid as captain, Tendulkar. There have been multiple talented cricketers, but they haven't given India the mindset, that confidence that Dhoni gave us when he became captain. And we saw that confidence in our team in that 2011 World Cup. Yuvraj Singh, Virender Sehwag, Sachin, Gautam Gambhir, all these guys were just given confidence by Dhoni and the mindset that we're going to win whatever it takes. And I feel that's massively attributed to Dhoni. And that mindset has transferred on to Kohli and our young guys who are coming in. Hardik Pandya, he's always looking to hit. Jasprit Bumrah, always focused on getting the perfect line and length to get those weight. He's not the fastest bowler, but he's one of the best bowlers in in cricket, not just Indian cricket. And a lot of this can be attributed to Dhoni and the mindset he's provided to this Indian cricket team.
The mindset reminds me of something equally important, is the idea of fitness. MS Dhoni was the first person in Indian history to develop the standard for fitness. I remember watching directly from the MS Dhoni movie how he cut players like Virender Sehwag and Gautam Gambhir because they weren't fit. I mean, Virender Sehwag, his famous quote that I still remember is that a good batsman will score one day, a good bowler will take wickets one day, but a good fielder will save you runs every day. And his standard for fitness is now followed by Virat Kohli. The rest of the Indian team with the yo-yo test, he set that standard. And that contribution was so important because in the 2011 World Cup final, Indian fielding was horrible. It was horrendous. People were letting runs go here and there. And those crucial 20-30 runs are now the game changer in every single game India plays. That is close.
Yeah, I mean, you're completely right. I completely forgot about that. My dad used to tell me, like, you would see cricketers in the past, they would be like, flop, they wouldn't really care, they would just jog in their run up. Now we see Bumrah, Ishant Sharma, Shami and Test, like workhorses going at it. And that mindset of being fit, we see Virat Kohli always posting these fitness videos. If he hadn't had an inspiration like Dhoni, that wouldn't have happened. The discipline to stay fit. People never used to take cricket seriously as a sport where you need to be physically fit, but it's so important, and we see it in every cricketer in India right now. I think every player of ours is so physically fit. We're one of the best fielding teams in the world. While we do have some occasional lapses, that's human, but overall the discipline in this team is there, and that's a big part due to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So this is another question. Do you prefer MSD the keeper, the batsman, or the captain? It's a very tough question.
You can't choose. MS Dhoni is perfect because he's all three of them in one. Yeah. But if I had to choose, what was it, keeper, batsman, or captain? It would be a captain, without a doubt. But MS Dhoni is best because he's all three in one.
Yeah.
But his captaincy has changed Indian cricket. He's the most successful captain in world cricket, winning all three ICC tournaments. It's undoubtedly phenomenal that it's hard to choose, but if I had to, I would go captain.
Yeah, I mean, we can't ignore his contributions as one of the best finishers in cricket history or one of the best keepers in cricket history. I mean, the stuff he does behind the wickets is insane. The behind the back throws, stopping the ball with his legs, the stumpings. It's like this. And we also forgot his ability to the DRS, Dhoni Review System. Like we said, his IQ is crazy and he knows it's out or not out. And that's something I feel the Indian team is missing so much right now with either KL Rahul or Rishabh Pant behind the stumps. A bowler and a captain it's so important for them to trust the wicketkeeper. And while Kohli and whoever's bowling has done their best to trust Pant or KL Rahul, they don't inspire that same confidence in the team or fans behind the stumps as Dhoni has done. I think we've been spoiled by his brilliance behind the stumps. they will always be out of position, so they're always making the wrong calls. Dhoni always knew I'm this far out, so if I'm there, it's gonna be out. So his ability to think like that on the spot, brilliance.
It's incredible. You said it beautifully.
Yeah. This is one of my last questions, and then we'll just talk about it. IPL Dhoni or India Dhoni?
That is an incredibly hard question because India Dhoni is the most successful Dhoni. But I would say IPL Dhoni, especially in the recent years. And this is a very different take because when Chennai Super Kings returned from their long absence, of their ban of 2 years, no one had expectations with them. Their whole team was above 30. They were called the old dad team. And MS Dhoni got the best of every team. By no means were they the most talented team. I actually felt that other teams were far more talented than them. Definitely. But Chennai Super Kings, I actually think in the final when they played Sunrisers, I thought Sunrisers were far more talented than Chennai Super Kings. But MS Dhoni's captaincy, his ability to lead the team from the front, no one can ever doubt that. And that is the reason why Chennai Super Kings won that year. And that is also the reason why Chennai Super Kings have made the final the most times of all teams, 8 times in the last is it 12 seasons, 11 seasons
this is the 12th season that's coming up in Dubai.
It's incredible. And the fact that MS Dhoni gets the best of every player. I also remember one of their players saying in an interview that MS Dhoni's team meetings with Stephen Fleming particularly are 2 seconds. They don't go through and make players work hard. Everyone knows their role in the team, and that's because MS Dhoni has made it distinct what each and every player and what their contribution is. It's a team sport, but obviously you need the team to have the morale, that captain, and MS Dhoni's been there. As CSK is going to suffer a lot because they've never had a different captain. Yeah. The whole IPL, it's always been MS Dhoni, so it's going to be a challenge to see how they overcome this.
Yeah, and it shows. So Dhoni with an average team has made, well, they have had some great teams in the past, but as of like the last few years, they haven't had the greatest squads. While Bangalore, where they've had AB de Villiers, Chris Gayle, Virat Kohli, dude, with that top three, you should just win almost every game. But I mean, it speaks to, the captaincy, how you can really boost your players. Is it about the team or is it about you? That's the big question that's being asked. And Dhoni's always proved himself on the IPL stage. I remember an innings of his this year. They were about to lose. They did lose this game, but in the last over, he just hit the ball out of Chinnaswamy against Bangalore and almost won that game. If he was on strike for that last ball, everyone knows he would have won. And the fact that he stopped Dwayne Bravo, I think, from like taking a single, like, I got this, and they almost won the game. It just speaks to his confidence as a player, and it's shown in Indian cricket and in the IPL. But as you're saying, Chennai is going to suffer massively without Dhoni. I remember reading a quote of his. He's like, one of the reporters asked him, how does Chennai always make the playoffs? I don't think they've ever missed the playoffs besides the 2 seasons they've been banned. And he's like, it's a trade secret. If I tell you guys, they won't buy me at the auction. So I think that trade secret is one thing. It's himself. There's another trade secret. But yeah, so to wrap it up, do you have any final thoughts you would like to share about Dhoni?
Oh man, I was just thinking while you were talking about another innings of his in the Salcon Cup against Sri Lanka in that tri-series when he was actually hurt for most of the tournament, but he came back to the final. I was just reliving how phenomenal his captaincy was that game when he trusted in an interview. He said that, I knew that Lustan Malinga was bowled out. I knew that all the experienced bowlers were bowled out, so a newcomer would have to bowl the final over of the game. And he hit 16 runs in that over, and he won the game. And Ishant Sharma, it was the last wicket. Ishant Sharma was on the other hand, facing Lustan Malinga on the 49th over. And he comes in the 50th over and he wins the game. Right. I'm just beyond surprised how he does it every time.
Yeah, I think we could have given him a better send-off with the World Cup this year. That's a very sad topic for us Indian cricket fans. If they had sent him in one person earlier, we would have won that game, and that run out was an absolute heartbreaker. But that was horrible. But he took it in stride and is now retiring, and he's given so much to Indian cricket. So I just wanted to say thank you to MS Dhoni, and this video is our way of thanking him. So if you're watching this, thank you so much for being here. Look forward for more cricket videos. Udit will be on more videos as well. We'll be discussing the IPL. We're all eager to see Dhoni play cricket, even though it's not in an India jersey. We'll be seeing him in Chennai colors. And while I am a Punjab fan, and I think Udit's a Mumbai fan,
Yes, sir.
we'll both be rooting for Dhoni whenever he's on strike, whether he's against whether he's against Mumbai, Punjab, any team. Dhoni, Dhoni, Dhoni. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, and we'll see you guys in the next video here on the Raghav Khosla channel. Thank you so much.